Okay, we are live on, look at us. Look at us. Would you just do it? Just do it. Look at us. That's the wrong thing I did there. I hit the wrong button. Look at this. I'm doing it wrong. There we go. Okay, cool. So we're live. Hello, everybody. Wow, Lisa is here. Hello.
Hi, Nay Victory Hand.
Hi, Lisa Victory Hand. So I'm going to be making triage oil from the Genesis. Hey, Deb. Deb. What's up, Deb? I haven't seen Deb Guzman in a long time. Hey, Deb. So we're going to be making triage oil from the very beginning, from the Genesis. In the beginning, there was cannabis oil. And if you follow me through these steps, when we're done, you're going to have triage oil too. It's going to be over a course of several days.
What's up? I'm needing oil.
But if you do what I'm doing, what's up? I'm needing oil. It's the only time you come in when you think you're going to be getting some oil. It's funny. You never come to my show any other time. Why is that? God, it's almost like you just used me for my triage oil. Hey, Beazle, let me fix his ears, guys. He's got... I think I may have put some Q-tips in my
Williams. Hey, May, how are you going?
Hey, I'm going good, Megsy. Thanks for asking. It's going great. I've got some Q-tips here in my pocket for my dog's ears, just in case they were bothering him today. Is that the spot?
Come on. I love your oil, Nay.
Yeah,
Emma Adis.
I love it too. I use
Yo, what's up, Nay? Megsy Williams.
Okay.
Replying to Megsy Williams, Nay.
Rogie wants a cookie. Or Beazle.
D.
I don't want to call him Rogie.
What's up, Nay? How's it been?
Hey, you guys. What's up, everybody? I'm Adidas from Germany. You guys, look what I got. All cleaned out. Look at that. Oh, wow. I even cleaned the bucket. Now, I've got a glass bucket. I believe this is glass. And I've got a quartz, I believe. I don't know. I don't know what's quartz or glass. I don't know. But I took it all apart and I cleaned it. And I want to show you, this is the oil that I extracted so far. You can see it's just a couple of drops. And what's on the bottom is from a previous extraction. But this will gain, eventually the whole bottom will be full of oil. You know, and it'll all be black. But you can see there's some good looking oil in there too. But that's just reclaim. I wouldn't want to smoke it. It wouldn't taste good. But, you know, I'm going to eventually clean this thing out too, which has got some oil in it, I think. And some other things as well. And then, like right now, I've got a dish. This right here is a glass dish that you guys have seen me dab out of hundreds of times. I use the nectar collector in this dish, right? Well, it's
Ryan Westman. What's the best way to clean a perk? Big Merc 83. Sup, gang. Hey,
Merc. It's Aaron. It's going good. Thanks for asking. The best way to clean a perk? Alcohol. I love 99. I'm sorry, I'm yelling. 99% alcohol, guys. That's what I'm using right here. In fact, I want to kind of move this away because we're going to have some open flame, and it's not good to have an open container of alcohol sitting by if you've got open flame. So we move that over. We've got the bubbler. I want to go ahead and do a dab. So Harley, no.
AKA Trendy Orca. Trendy Orca is swimming into Nay's garden blast trolls with sonar.
I love it. That's the first thing that I've ever heard and not read first. That was awesome. Thank you. I love this thing. Reads it out to me. All right, let's do this dabby dab dab because it is top of the hour as you hear the ice cream truck. So it's time for ice cream.
Adis. I highly recommend dimethyether. Always had better results than with the butane you get over here. Stuff is cleaner than the butane and the taste is better in my opinion. Slightly smiling face. Sean aka Trendy
right
Orca.
Dabby
dab dab.
Dabby dab dab.
Williams. Hashtag cheers.
Cheers! No law regarding cannabis, guys, just like the shirt says. Top of the hour to all of you guys. This is an unseasoned, well, it's kind of seasoned. But it's a very clean bowl. We'll see how it hits. Cheers. And my carb cap fits this one. I got to get my other carb cap. It's sitting right over there.
Sea fishing. Cheers, I'm loading up. Imatus. Cheers. Fearney. Cheers. Sea fishing. Rips aplenty.
Rips aplenty. Tasty rips. I didn't think it was going to taste good, but it tastes good. I don't know why you can't see my smoke rings. Dude, the rain's been amazing. I can't wait to see what the creek's going to look like after this rain. We just dropped like an inch or two of water. Maybe even more. Hello, everybody. Hello, boys and girls. So I got hacked today. I'm sitting there eating lunch. It's 11:37. I know this because that's when my phone buzzed.
Big storm.
Yeah. Well, sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip. My doggy wants a cookie. Doggy up. My doggy needs a cookie. You want a cookie? My doggy needs a cookie. There you go, pizza, because I love you. What was I saying? Oh, I got hacked today. So I'm sitting there and I'm eating lunch and my phone buzzes and it says, you know, one of the apps that I use, your password's just been changed. If you didn't do this, call this number now to lock your account. So I call the number. Well, first thing I did, before calling the number, first thing I did was I tried to log into that app and I couldn't get in. And I had some money sitting in there. Not a lot, luckily. Not a lot. For me, it wasn't a lot of money. Luckily. So, that was cool. And for you guys who are thinking, oh, he's saying it's not a lot, it's probably not. Okay, it was about $1,000. And for me, that's really no big deal. You know, that's like a fucking couple of speeding tickets. You know, no big deal. So, that's the way I looked at it. And I was like, okay, I didn't have a lot of money in that app, but still. Right? It says, call this number. And it's a weird number. It's not like an 87 some or an 888. It's like a regular number. It's like a phone number. I'm like, that's kind of weird, but I'll call it anyway. So I answer it. And the guy's like, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. My number is blah, blah, blah. Thank you for calling us. You have been, he's very professional. And the guy's like, you guys are going to love this. He's like, he says he's from the app and he knows all of my information. And he relays it to me. He's like, okay, so I got this and this. He's like, now, do you want to lock your account? And I go, yeah. He's like, okay. He says, because somebody's trying to swap out $15,000 of Ethereum right now. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, I ain't got $15,000 worth of Ethereum. So I don't even know what he's fucking talking about. So I go, I don't have $15,000 of Ethereum. He goes, well, it was swapped over from USD. And I go, I don't have any USD in that account. And then he just kind of said something else. I can't remember where it went from there. But I was like, I didn't have that. I didn't have. And he's like, well, somebody, what his response was? I remember now. He says, well, they probably used your account to purchase some crypto and they're trying to transfer it out now. And I'm like, why wouldn't they just grab the crypto that's sitting right there? Why would they go through a purchase and shit? But anyway, nothing makes sense when somebody's hacking you. That's the first thing. That's your first lesson of this story. When things aren't making sense to you, big red flags and loud screaming sirens should be going off in your head. Okay? Now, I put him on speakerphone at this point. My mom could hear. And him and I are talking, and I'm going through my app, and I'm like, I cannot access my app. And he's like, okay, so if you want me to lock it, I'm going to walk you through the steps of how to lock your account. How are my parents, Deb? They're doing fine. Thank you for asking. They're both doing well. You know, considering my dad has dementia and can't speak anymore, but we've got 24-hour care for him now. So I pull up an email, and he says, can you access, I'm going to send you an email, he said. Now, this is what's so funny. My email had been hacked. I couldn't get into my email, right? The email, at least that's chained to that app. It was hacked. I couldn't get in. So he says, I'm going to send you an email to that email address. He says, I just want you to reply to it and just click the link. And I go, okay. And so he goes, okay, I sent it. I was like, wait, I can't check my email. And he's like, why not? I said, because my email's hacked. And I'm like, can you send it to another email? He's like, no, you can only use the email that's, I can only send it to an email that's affiliated with this account. So we're going back and forth. Now, this is a very, very long story. I'm going to cut it right here for you guys, okay? None of you are going to have to sit through a long story. I'm not going to tell you the whole story. You don't need to hear it. Make a long story short, him and I spoke for let me find out how long the conversation was. I think it'll tell me in my call log. And there were several calls. Are you growling at me? Oh, how can I see the... Oh, info. Today, outgoing, 3 minutes. Incoming, 45 minutes, 53 seconds. I said I was on the phone with him for an hour. So, almost 50 minutes. Not bad, huh? I was just guessing. So I'm on the phone with him for a very long time. And he's giving me my home address. He's telling me transactions that I made within the app. And in my brain, the whole time I'm thinking, every single thing is something that he told me if he had changed my password on my app. Every single piece of information is only information that is available inside that app. And I'm realizing that. So, you know me, I'm smart. We're playing chess, right? This guy and I. And finally, he comes down to it. Check. Right? Check. He's like, all right, well, I need you to just give me... I was like, I'm locking your account. Now, I can lock your account 3 different time periods. I can lock it for a day, I can lock it for a week, or I can lock it for 30 days. He said, how do you want to do it? I said, I want to lock it for 30 days. He goes, okay. He goes, in order for me to do that, and I have a feeling that no matter what I said, this was going to be the answer. In order for me to do that, he says, I'm going to need you to verify your 2-factor authentication code. It's a 6-digit code on your 2-factor authentication. And then he goes, now I'm looking on your account, and he says, I see another 2-factor authenticator chained to your account. I go, what? He's like, yeah, there should only be one. I'm like, I know. And throughout the long course of the conversation, at some point, I finally go, where was that authenticator from? He's like, Miami, Florida. And I go, when was that authenticator added? He said, today. So think about the setup. The setup is, I've been hacked. Somebody set up 2-factor authentication on another phone somewhere, and is now going to be able to transact on my account because they don't need my phone to do it. They got their own 2-factor authentication. It kind of made sense.
I recommend using VMs and password changes on a regular basis. That nasty fucker. You have to watch out. We are living in FCKED of
Yes,
times.
and that is the purpose of me telling you guys this. I know most of you guys don't fuck with crypto. Most of you guys don't have a lot to lose as far as bank accounts and shit like that. But when the time comes that you do, learn about this. And for those of you who do now, listen to me. You know, listen very closely, because this Could be you next. This is the second time it's happened to me. So I urge you guys to just pay attention to what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to try to give you as much useful information as I can on this podcast, okay? I'm going to try to help you out as much as I can. So I'm thinking to myself, man, if I remember correctly, that was the one thing you're never supposed to give anybody, the two-factor authentication. They like make a big deal about that, don't they? Like on the websites and shit, they're like, okay, this is your two-factor authentication. Listen, don't ever give this number to anybody. And when you get the two-factor authentication, it even says on the screen, it says, don't give this number to anybody. This guy tells me in order to activate and it's very professional. He sounds like this is all like written down, like he knew exactly what the fuck he was saying. Oh, and he sounded like a bro. You know, he sounded just like any bro that I know from anywhere USA. He just sounded like a bro. You know, he sounded like he was trying to be my friend. He was an employee from them, and he understood that I didn't believe who he was, and he was just trying to help, and he was being very, very professional. All right? So keep that in mind throughout this entire conversation. He didn't lose his cool one time, and I'm flipping out. You know, I'm totally flipping out. I'm saying, well, dude, you're hacking me. I'm calling him a hacker. I'm like, yeah, well, you know. I was like, you want that information, don't you? And he's like, excuse me? And I go, I'm talking like you're hacking me right now. I'm pretending like you're the hacker. And he goes, oh, like you didn't get it. So he says, yeah, in order to do the 30-day lock on your account, I need your two-factor authentication number. And at that moment, and listen, ask my mom. I was on the phone with this guy for 20 minutes until it got to that point. And now it was more like 10 or 15 minutes. And then it came up the two-factor.
Fker tries to gain trust. Glad you are not a dumb fuck and smelled the fish.
It smelled very fishy. Happy 710, everybody. Let's smoke. It was very fishy, you know. And meanwhile, I'm checking my email, and all my shit's getting hacked. Oh, yeah, it wasn't just that one app. Motherfucker was changing passwords everywhere. So, lesson number 2. Are you guys ready? Never
Happy
use
710 nay.
the same password for your email that you would use for anything financial, whether it's a crypto app or your bank account or anything. Never use that same password. Remember that. Your email password. Never use the same passwords, guys. Very, very, very important that you guys realize that. Never use the same passwords. If you got to write it down or whatever, do it. But don't use the same fucking passwords. Okay? So, he says to me, well, if you can't give me the two-factor authentication, he said, I can authorize a password change for you, and you can just change your password right now.
https://www.youtube.com/c/scammer payback exposing those methods. Hacking scammers. Careful, brother, they are deleting everything.
Right. Thank you for the link to the video, Hash. Maybe we'll watch that on this show. Now, this is the creation, the genesis of Triage work. I'm doing a dab. And it doesn't matter what I'm dabbing. It doesn't matter the strain. It doesn't matter whether they call it diamonds or whether they call it, you know, wax, or whether they call it, you know, sugar, or whether they call it, anything. It doesn't matter. If you can dab it, and if it's an oil, it's a form of an oil or some kind of a cannabis concentrate, and you can dab it. You dab in one of these. Don't ever put flour or keef in one of these. Never. Only do oil concentrates, oil-based concentrates, and then this will be a Triage oil producing machine. That is what this thing will just produce Triage oil for you all the time. You know, if you're doing dabs, and you know, a lot of people now have access to oil, and they don't realize if you use just one bubbler for doing your dabs, and you don't ever use flour in this, you can always clean it with alcohol, and you can always make Triage oil. Remember that, it's very important, okay? So this is literally the genesis right here. This is the start of the oil that I've been collecting, that you see collecting in this dish right here. It's starting from me smoking it here in this bubbler. It goes from the bubbler to me cleaning it in this alcohol. And you can see that used to be clear alcohol. Look at that color. That's not a lot. You know, it's going to be a couple of drops, a couple of good drops ultimately, but it's enough to where it adds up over time. And if you dab a lot, like I do, I dab a lot, you're going to be making a lot of this oil. So I'm going to be walking you through the methods to take this oil from here and eventually get it into this, your triage oil that everybody loves. I'm going to show you exactly how to make this. It's so simple. All right, cheers, guys. No law regarding cannabis. Maybe we'll see some smoke rings this time. The cleaner that is when I smoke, the less I cough. It's true. That char really does make me cough. I can feel it itching my throat. Like, as soon as I start hitting that black smoke that comes out of there. So, scorching that thing and getting it clean every time, it is, I understand why you do that. You know? You don't have to do a big dab, man, to get a good dab. That's for damn sure, if you know what you're doing. That dab just kicked my ass. I forgot where I was. We're talking about me getting hacked now. We're going to switch over from making triage oil. We're going back and forth on both of these subjects today. So he tells me I need 6-factor authentication, and I tell him, I'm like, I don't feel comfortable giving you that. I'm like, let me go to the website. Let me go to their website and just see if I can fill out a trouble ticket there. He's like, fine. So he stays on hold. I go to their website, and I go in and I type in what I need to do, you know, and I start figuring out where to go. And I get to the part where it says, if your account has been compromised. Do you know what it says at the very top of the screen? I want you guys, if you guys have been paying attention to this story, what do you think was the first thing it warned never to give out that it said at the top of the screen? Who can guess? The very first thing in bold, big, bold letters. Anybody? We'll see who's been paying attention. Hey, happy 420, everybody. No law regarding cannabis.
See phishing. Email passwords. The __real___ Leviathan.
Real,
2-factor authentication.
yes, real Leviathan.
Big Merc 83.
And it says,
Password.
it said
Ima Adis.
never give out your...
That nobody is watching you. Ima Adis.
that-
Happy 420.
that nobody is watching you. No law regarding cannabis. Happy 420, everybody. Cheers. So happy to be bringing you this content today. I hope you guys are enjoying it.
___real___ Leviathan. Cheers, trendy Natune.
Cheers, bro.
Mark 83. Thanks, Nays.
So, like Levi says, it says never give your two-factor authentication
Williams.
code.
Hashtag cheers.
They said, no, you know what it says? It says, one of our tech support will never ask you for your two-factor authentication code. That's what they said at the top of the screen. Will never ask
Mark
you.
83. From the pinnacle to the pit.
So, we got disconnected at that point. That was right when we got disconnected.
It is.
And I thought
This smooth
maybe it
ring
was
tell
me.
The sun goes up again
Maybe
tomorrow.
it was him.
You see they can ICT future
I
grinning
called
face.
him, and he called me right back. And I was like, hey. And then we talked for like 3 more minutes. And I can't remember anything at that point that was said. Because I knew at that point that he was definitely hacking me.
AKA Trendy
I
Orca.
knew I was talking to the hacker.
That's fucking
And
crazy, bro. You got hacked.
I can't remember anything. You know? I was like... blacked out. You know? And, you know, we hung up. And he, the last thing he said to me was, when you're ready, if you want to put that 30-day hold on your account, lock your account for 30 days, he said, call me back at this number. He told me he was in California. The phone number came up Ohio. And I told him that. He's like, that's just the number they assigned me. He's like, we're all at home working from our homes from COVID. He said, we've got thousands of employees. I wonder if Google knows how many employees. Okay, Google. Oh, wait.
See phishing.
I don't want to say that out loud.
LMAO. Phishing.
You guys,
Bullshit.
it just searched LMAO, dude, on my Google. That was funny. Okay, let's try this.
__real__Leviathan. That sucks, man. What account did they get?
They got a bunch of my accounts, bro.
It is. Big thanks that you warn us about this. Real community service over here. Hashtag NLRC. Hashtag best show.
I gotta tell you guys some things, some tricks that I used, okay? I've created dummy accounts with different email addresses. It lets me know when someone hacks into one of those
AKA
accounts.
Trendy Orca. Never ignore red flags in finance as well as relationships.
Right? It lets me know
__real__Leviathan. Have you got them back now /
yes, they hacked some of the wrong accounts.
It is. Damn true, Orca.
Anybody can do this, right? Say your main email address is for one of your crypto apps or whatever. On that same email address, you can go make new accounts with different apps, right? You can just make them, and you don't have to chain them to your bank account or anything. You just make the account and leave it open and use the same password for that account that you would for, let's say, that first app that you're using, right, on that email address. Never use the same password on the email that you're using on, right? Because you're doing that, Because if somebody's going to go through your accounts through your email and find out what all your apps are, and they're going to go try all your apps with the same password to easily get in, you'll start getting notifications.
AKA Trendy Orca.
Boom, 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 boom,
yeah.
Really fast. And you'll know you're getting hacked. So this guy had access to my email, and he might still have access to my email. But I've got a phone number to reach him at. And I've got an email that he responded to. So I was thinking about contacting the Secret Service and reporting him. What do you guys think about that? They will never ask you for
__real___ Leviathan. You should send that to the police or something.
Secret Service. We were just talking about this the other day. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. You're going to call the Secret Service for something like this. This is the kind of thing that the Secret Service investigates. Are we high enough yet?
If you clicked link they take control your computer. Watch channel I have sent you, brother. This is important.
I do watch that channel.
__real___ Leviathan. You should hire a private investigator.
Like Magnum
Big Mark 83.
Geistbusters.
Geistbusters.
Adam Geist? No, it's Adam Merkel. What's Geist? Who's Geist? I don't even know Geist. Who's Geist? Jesus, Geist. I don't even know what you're talking. You want me to check your food? My cat wants me to check his food, man. All right. Go. Let's go check. All right. Let's go. Come on. Said dry food. I'm not giving him any. I'm just giving him the wet food because he'll get fat if he has access to both.
I shouldn't give him any more treats?
Just treats every once in a while is fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
But I just don't want him available to him all day, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm watching the rain stop. I'm just thinking about going outside, you know, and seeing how full the creek is, and going over up to where the waterfall is and watching the waterfall. You know, I just want to walk over there and go look at it. There's a whole bunch of pine needles and leaves and things that are supposed to get stuck up inside the rocks there and clog it up, so it all pours over the top. I went in there, you know, and I pushed all the leaves down underwater and I put them against the dam, and they just have to kind of find their way. They get sucked in, and then there'll be enough shit in there that it'll clog up, and a leaf will go like this, you know, just like a net, not like a net, Nets have holes in them. The exact opposite of a net, but the way a net clings to something, but totally not porous, totally solid net, like a leaf. You know, I'll do it all naturally, with all just pine cones, branches, and pine needles and sand. And I get in there with my feet, and I've got these shoes on right here, and I go up and down with my
AKA Trendy Orca. Hashtag smells fishy.
Hashtag smells fishy. I go like this with my foot up and down in the water, in the sand, and I make these nice deep holes, but I also push the sand towards the dam, and hopefully the sand will get stuck up in there too, you know, little particles, and then silt and whatever. But, you know, and the rain's still going right now, but I see blue skies over there, which means it's going to stop soon. So then there'll be a break. I see a break coming, man. I see blue sky right there. Because we're in a band of rain right now. And right over there, I see there is blue sky. Now over here, not so much. And over there, none at all. But, yeah, I want to go out there and go look at that thing, man. I might take some video of it, of the waterfall. Yeah, I looked at it today, dude, and it's nice. After I pushed it all down and everything, the water was nice and clear. It's all draining. You know, it's draining. There's a little spill right at the middle where it spills over, but that just takes one little rock. You just put one rock right over that spill, and then you want the whole thing to spill over the top eventually. But it's got to be a gradual thing, man. You know, the way I did it, natural. And oh yeah, and of course rock. You know, I'm using cement filled bags that were there already. There was already a dam there. I just rebuilt it. Over the years, it's just fallen over. It was there years ago when they built the roadway. They dammed it. They made it a certain level, and all the pieces were right there. They did it at several. They did it at several parts in the creek. Left these bags of cement everywhere, dude. They're everywhere. You know. I found way down the road. I'd never been, bro. I found fucking bags where someone had built fucking dams back there and shit. I don't know where those people were getting all that shit from. But it was a long ways away. And those things are heavy. I mean, you have to be really strong to walk with one of those things. I don't do it. I don't pick one up. They weigh like, I guess they weigh 100, 120 pounds, something like that. But I won't walk with one. I'll leave it on the ground and I'll just roll it. I'll tumble it to where I want to take it to. You know, and that can't be very far. So, luckily they're just a few feet away from where they were originally. But there's going to be big fucking catfish in there now, man. Eventually I'm going to walk down that fucker. This is the whole thing. I want to walk down that thing. It's going to be so cool. See the origin, or not the origin, but the outflow. That's what I want to follow it all the way to the outflow. It's going to be badass. See where it comes out at. 'Cause I don't fucking know. I don't know. But I'm going to find out. You know what I mean? So, as far as collecting the oil, I've got that glass dish I showed you in here, and just, you know, every few minutes I want to come in and agitate it until the glass dish is completely clean. You know, I want to get every bit.
AKA Trendy Orca. I love Triage oil, nay, it's amazing. I put it in my morning kofuf.
That's kind of a waste of Triage oil. I would recommend you.
I don't really think this is the real Nay. I'm going to need a two-factor authentication number.
Joe, what's up, bro? How's it going, man? You want to debate? You want to have a debate with me? God, that'd be fun.
Roger Batchelder. Cheers, Nay.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I love you, bro. I'm good. Okay, well, you saw what I said then. That's cool, man. You saw what I said. You don't want to talk about it. That's cool, bro. I love this guy. I love this guy. So I'm showing everybody right now how to make my triage oil. I've got one of my dishes that I used to dab. I use to dab out of, you know, and I'm cleaning all the oil out of it. I'm gonna extract all that oil that you see that's making that alcohol, that color, and I'm going to eventually collect it in this dish right here. When it's just a couple of drips of alcohol, you know, it'll be really dark, and I'll just pour that in here, and I'm just gonna let that purge off, you know, and then I'll start using that dish again with my nectar collector. Oh, and I'm gonna clean out the nectar collector. Now, the other thing is, I can keep the cap on this thing and not evaporate it. Right, I don't have to evaporate it right now. I can use it while it's in this liquid form to take the pieces of my nectar collector and do the same thing I'm doing with that dish, and that is what I'm going to do. So I'm not gonna evaporate this off yet. And if anything, I'm going to add more alcohol to it to make it stronger, more acidic. Dude, this dish is almost clean. Now you can use at this point,
AKA Trendy Orca. Two-factor aura. Sean aka Trendy Orca. Off.
you guys always use your two-factor authentication. Always, always, always. I can use a couple of pieces, a couple of dabbers or whatever to try to help scrape that off, you know? Kind of make this go a little quicker. And also clean off what's on my dabber while I'm doing it. Wow, there's a hard piece that is really solid on there. I'm just going to scrape around a little bit. Yeah, did you hear that? It sounds like a dentist cleaning a tooth. Okay. So, you hear that? Yeah, you did. This stuff would not come off over, it'd take a long time. It's very hard. So it's good to be using an implement right now. This little metal dabber worked great, and now it's going to be nice and clean. Uh-oh. Something went wrong. Am I gonna lose the show again? Because that's what happened yesterday, and then the whole show dumped. I lost connection. Are we still live? Live? Are we still live? Live from Madison Square Garden. This is Howard Cosell, coming to you live, sitting with the champion of all champions, the Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali. Toe to toe, pound for pound, possibly the greatest athlete to ever play the sport of boxing champion.
Williams. Still live.
We're
Joe.
still live.
I'm working on an Assange video for someone right now. Had to stop for a second. Wanted to check in on the Naster.
Right on, Joe-Yo. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
__real__leviathan. Trendy Natune.
But Joe, I just want to say this, okay? Not to debate you. I just want to say this, okay? Your tweet got so many likes and so many people agreed with you, bro. You know?
AKA Trendy Orca.
Did you notice that?
Cheers, Joe.
Iceman!
Mike Pasquarello. What's up, man?
Iceman! What's up, son? There's a nice clean dish, baby. Look at that. It's all in here now, guys. And this is how we do it, man. This is how I make triage oil. This was the very beginning. When I started making triage oil, the very beginning, this was where it was coming from. It was all coming from my bubbler, from anything like this that I had laying around. And eventually, you know, from cannabis. Flour, you know, but before flour it was shake. All my well, it still. I do use flour to make it. If once flour becomes unusable for any other reason, it's perfect.
This looks clean, man.
It's perfect for this. My cat just came and bowed up on me. He's like, son. My cat's all like, son.
What's up, Sean and crew?
Sean and crew. What's up, Sean and crew? What are we doing a dab?
Ina Phillips.
I gotta move this.
Replying to Aaron ID. Hey, waving hand.
Hey, Lena. Who's saying hi to Aaron? What's up? Welcome to the show. To the show. Welcome to the show. So now what I'd want to do is I'd want to empty the water out of this and see if there's anything reclaimable in here.
Ina Phillips. How are you doing?
There might or might not be. But I could clean it anyway. I mean, I don't think there's a lot. I do see stuff in there. I do believe. Let's just
Emmanuel Torres. It puts the lotion in its skin or it gets the hose again.
Oh, there is a bunch of oil on this. Holy Toledo. Wow. Wow, that was so easy to dump out. So I bet you're wondering, so how are you gonna do this? Well, when I poured the water out of it right now, it was all inside here. It was all stuck inside there. So I'll keep that in mind. I'll put this back on. Okay? I'm going to put that back on. But look at this. That's what I want. Look at all that. Delicious. So I'm going to take that. And I'm just going to go like this. And I'm just going to soak that under here. And I bet you're going to watch this get so dark. This oil. It's going to change color right before your eyes. Uh-oh, we lost the chat again. How are you doing? Me or Aaron? It puts the lotion in its skin where it gets the hose again. Now hopefully there's not a big air bubble right there that's keeping the alcohol from touching I'm sure as long as I agitate it, it's making contact. Now I'm going to need to get alcohol inside this thing too. But this is a great start right here for getting this stuff off. And it's already showing where. And I can use this dabber again to loosen some of this stuff up. Oh yeah, because it's on there. This is, you know what? My best bet, that's on there so bad. To warm this alcohol up in the microwave for just like 30 seconds, open container plastic. Actually, I don't like this plastic. It's kind of flimsy. It gets really flimsy in the heat. But put this in on the alcohol in a container that I can microwave. And put that hot alcohol on here, and that will melt that off of there. But if this sat for enough time, let's see if we can get this thing in there sideways. I think it's a little too big. Oh, dude, it fits. Oh, that's perfect, man. So that will get the alcohol both inside and outside now. Now I can go take the top. I've got a top to this. I take the top and I can cover that up so I don't lose any, because every drop that drops out of this, that splashes out, is full of oil, So you can always take this, put it in the right position, like take something and lean it on there so it tilts and covers up whatever item it is you're trying to. Maybe that's not enough level, so you can lean it against stuff, so it'll cover what you need to cover. I'll let this soak. I think this needs to turn. If I can do that. There we go. Let's see if that helped. Yeah, because most of the stuff is down on this side now. So I want to kind of turn it like that. There we go. There we go. That's good. And, it's okay to evaporate some out. It's fine. When it evaporates, you don't lose any oil from evaporation. You only lose alcohol from evaporation. So remember that. You can still hear it raining outside. I don't know if you guys can hear the raindrops. But it's nice, man. It's not humid outside anymore, that's for sure. So let's see, where's that blue sky at? Oh, it's gone now. It's been replaced with dark clouds. Looks like it's going to rain even harder now. Oh, no. I might only have a few minute window to get over there and go look at that thing before it pours in. It's going to be like this for a little while, probably, because there's a lot of water going into the ground. We'll see. We'll see. So, I got kafefe. Psst, you got nothing to worry about when I got kafefe. As long as I know there's coffee in my mug. You know what I'm saying?
Umber. I want some rain.
Barb! Come to Florida. That's where the rain is. Good to see you. Oh, Barb, you got hacked on Facebook. Right? You know that, right?
Umber. Hugging face. Umber. I know.
I got hacked today, Barb. Somebody tried to steal my crypto. Locked me out of a bunch of accounts. I had 2 fake accounts. They got into both of my fake accounts. and they got into one of my real accounts. But as of right now, everything's okay. I was able to change passwords. They hacked my email. So there's no telling how many. They may have copied and downloaded all my emails, before I locked them out of that. And to top it all off, the guy who was hacking me called me on the phone pretending to be an agent from from one of the places I was getting.
Bumper.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Had a whole thing. He had an answer for everything, this guy. Smooth as cream. I mean, this guy was he was good. But the good thing was I kept him on the phone for a really long time, so shouts out to me for that. Almost 50 minutes I kept him on the phone for. He's probably watching me right now. Whatever, dude. I got all new passwords for everything, dude. I spent all day today fucking repasswording everything. Fucking sucks. My security was weak. I'm losing a couple of droplets here and there, man, so I'm gonna stop doing that. Wow, I can smell the rain. It smells nice. It smells like rain. Sorry, Barb. How's everybody, Barb? Tell Don I said hello, please. And my good friend Mark is living in the house over there, so everything's being taken care of. And I'm living here.
Umber. Will do.
We're in a house with a metal roof, and you can't hear the rain when it hits the roof. It's a crazy good roof. Now, I would think a hurricane would rip these fucking things off. Good luck trying to fix this fucker. I have no idea what's involved. I watched the guys up there, man. It looked like it was a bitch.
Umber. Well insulated.
It's double insulated. It's got 2 layers of paper because when they put the first layer down, it didn't pass inspection. So they just left that first layer on. They bought a new brand of paper because the first paper didn't pass inspection. So they got the same. So they put another layer over the old layer. So there's 2 layers. I'm just collecting my thoughts here. So, I think I'm gonna go check out the freaking. I'm gonna go check out the spill. I hope I didn't bend that thing.
Umber. I can probably soak cannabis buds in alcohol.
Oh yeah, you can. Absolutely. In a big mason jar and just let them sit for a long time. And then strain it through, not a cheesecloth, because a cheesecloth will hold some of the alcohol. I
Umber.
recommend you
Co.
through a metal strainer, a very fine metal
Cool.
strainer, strain the buds out, and then just evaporate it off, and then you'll be left with this. And you just keep collecting this, right? And I keep collecting it. And then when you've got enough of that, you take a 1 ounce jar like this and fill it with 98% coconut oil, 1% peppermint oil, and 1% this oil. And then you've got it. You've got it. So this wouldn't be enough. This would not be enough right now. Maybe I'm not. There's stuff on the bottom and on the sides. If I scraped it, there might be, actually. It depends. Yeah, it does look like there's a nice coating down there, but I'd have to scrape it and find out. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let this build up with oil. And like, I believe I came up with 15 drops of that oil mixed into this. Just warm it up, warm up the drops of THC oil and mix it with some coconut oil first. I would take the coconut oil and put it in this, mix it together, heat it up a little bit, warm it up, mix it together, and get it liquidy, and then it'll just pour right in to this. You can make whatever concentration you want if you make a lot of oil. You can make a little tiny vial of this. It doesn't have to be a 1 ounce jar. So if you make like a little vial that's like, a 1/4 ounce vial or whatever, then it would be, 4 drops of THC oil. So, I have enough right there, plenty, to do a little vial right now. But that's, I do smoke a lot of concentrate. So it depends on if you're smoking a lot of oil or not. But just remember, do it in the same bubbler. Don't use flour in that bubbler, ever. Get yourself something different for flour. And never put keef in this. Only use oil-based concentrates. Don't use keef. It'll char it up. It'll fuck it up. It'll ruin it. And don't use flour, because then you're just going to put resin in there. It's disgusting. It's not what you want. Does bong resin have THC in it? Yeah, it does. It does. Is it worth looking into? Yeah, man, you could probably Google it and find out how much THC is inside bong water. It's, number one, the smell. I wouldn't want to rub that shit on my skin. Just that alone makes me not want to use it, even look into it. So, concentrates. Remember, use different passwords, guys. Be careful out there, alright? I love y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I will see you guys on the next one. My chat is, hasn't chatted in a while, so I'm just going to refresh it. Okay, cool. You guys take care. Bye now.